G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Welcome back to vlog 8 of my new farming adventure. So, as usual, we have another load of trees. And yeah, I was able to stack up quite high, but I think we've really outgrown our small little log trailer. I think that a flatbed would be probably a better option to get more on it and get some of these trees sorted out more quickly. But that's not going to be the focus of today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell these. We've got a couple of trees that are still in this area that were felled. I need to pull them over and get rid of them. Oh, I have crashed into my little Ford tractor. I think it might just be easier if I move that out of the way. So you can see there's some of these straight trees here. What we'll do is once we've offloaded that massive trailer load there, we'll come back. We'll just winch these couple into the sell point. And then I want to expand the field out again, because this area is going to be usable for cropping. I anticipate that we'll probably have to plant seed today. I'm not sure exactly what, but I think that it should be able to seed in March, something. Yeah, I just want to get something in the ground today, which is what the plan is. So let's get this in here first and see how much we've got from this. 9,000. So it's pretty good. I mean, these trees are really not the best for forestry. I'm just trying to get rid of them because I need to expand our land for more arable cropping areas. And that's what's important here. It's like the trees are a good bit of bonus, but they're not really what we're here for. We're here for farming, not tree removal. Having said that, though, let's move on to some more tree removal. So all we're going to do is, we've got the winch here. We've got, I think, maybe four or six logs here that need to be towed over. Gonna get these done. We'll chuck the cultivator on, and we'll start expanding that field. Yeah, there's a couple of stumps. There's a big one there. There's a big one behind us. I might bring the bobcat over first. Get rid of some of these big stumps. If there's some that are hitting, we can just get them after we've got them. And we'll just make sure that we don't damage the cultivator too much. So let's get over with this first two. Oh, oh no, I might have missed it. I might try and grab that one with one of the other loads we pull over. If I can sneak through. I mean, technically, it's not a huge amount of money from these trees. It's again just trying to remove them. I think we need, the next goal needs to be getting some more land that's not infested or doesn't have the massive amount of trees on it. But the trees have been really good so far in helping us get to this point. I wonder if I can sneak 3 trees on. 3 links on this with this winch. But it can definitely handle it. These are only smaller trees compared to some of the bigger ones we have been moving with the winch. I don't know if it's going to reach to that one. It will. Perfect. Put it in forward, lift the winch up, and away we go. Next load. Here we go. I'm going to disconnect these. So we should just be able to sell them. Nice. Another $1,200. So let me just go. I'll grab the last ones. I'll bring them over and we'll get set up for our next job. And I'll bring you back in when we're about to ready to start. Okay, here we are. Welcome back. So I've cleaned up the remaining trees lengths. I've brought the bobcat over, so I want to clear up a couple of these stumps, especially the big ones. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 that we need to clear up, because obviously if the cultivator hits them, it's going to do massive damage. So we just have to munch these ones away. It just takes a little bit to get rid of these bigger ones, but it won't take too long, hopefully. There we go, that's working away. Perfect, that one's gone. There's a couple up here, one straight in front of us. This one shouldn't take as much because they're obviously smaller than the one we just did. Welcome back. There we go. I've just finished doing that. Now, I've also been down in the other tractor and grabbed the seeder, and I have hired the Scout, the soil sampling machine. So I'm going to go over and get that now onto this tractor. Then we'll do our soil sampling for it. I think we're probably going to get away with like 1 soil sample, possibly 2. You know, it was $800 and something to hire. So what I'm going to try and do is maybe keep it for another day. And then I'm just going to, over the next little bit of time, I'll just focus on getting all the trees cut down down near our dam, near where the tent is. And then get them cleared or out of the area so we can at least cultivate it and do the sampling. That way we sort of like getting cost effectiveness for it. But I think I'll do a lot of that in between now and the next vlog, because yeah, obviously we've done a lot of tree cutting and we're not necessarily wanting to continue doing a lot of it for the vlog. So let's just get this sample done, which yeah, 1 has covered everything. I'll send it off. So that should come back pretty soon. Looks like it's already completed. So let me just park this up out here, out of the way. And we'll go and have a look to see if there's what the ground is like. So the pH needs doing, which is what we thought. The soil is pretty well loam. Let's have a look at the map. Next one. So yeah, it's all loam, which is quite a good type of soil. But we do need to do the lime spreading. So what I'm going to do is jump into this tractor. Just going to drop that off. And we'll hook onto the spreader, which hopefully I've left enough room to hook onto. Yeah, because it hooks on. Just see which side I need to hook onto it. It's a bit hard to see. Yeah, so it hooks onto this side, so there's not enough. Let me just see if I can just pull it over a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. So we should be able to hook onto that now. We do have one bag of lime left. And looks like we still have some in the spreader. So we should be all good to hopefully get this all done. Let's just see about... Oh, that's right, I remember. So I need to... These bags are bottom opening bags, so I will need to get the forklift if we need to fill up again. So let's just get underway. So I'm definitely going to need to fill up again. So we have got the forklift for this tractor. That would mean having to disconnect the spreader and fill it up each time. So yeah, it's because yeah, we're definitely going to need to fill it up a lot. So let me just swap the tractors around. Get the front end loader hooked onto this, forks on it, get everything set up, and I'll bring you back in once we're underway again. Okay, welcome back. So we've got the configurations all sorted, changed around. Hopefully this forklift can lift it up high enough. I think it can. There we go, filling it up. Perfect. That's the good thing about having two tractors now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that parked there. And I should be able to just drive back over and get underneath it when I need to add more lime to the hopper, which I think by the rate that is going down is going to be within seconds. So yeah, hopefully we can have enough in that bag though, because the bags are quite big. It's just the hopper on this little spreader isn't exactly the biggest, which is the unfortunate thing, but you know, that's all we could afford. So let's just get this done. Yeah, using it so quickly. I do recall the other section of this field did use it quite quickly like this as well. But we've got our ready to go loading point over here. Which makes it nice and easy, hopefully, to just fill up. Perfect, I think. There we go. And then now at this end, we can just start again. And then watch that lime literally disappear from that hopper. But that's right, that's the whole point. We can finish this bit off. Go back here and come back again. So this is quite fun. I enjoy doing these sorts of jobs. These are far better than grinding away on the chainsaw and loading logs. This is why I made the change. This is what I'm looking forward to here in this new area, away from the city, away from everything, just farming away. which is, to me, is perfect. Fill that up again. Just right here, we can just literally get started straight away. Nice. Go back up this end again and start again. So as soon as we've done this, we'll look at getting the feeder connected up, and we're going to look at what we can plant. I think there's probably not a huge amount we can plant in March, but hopefully there is something. I do want to get something in today. That way, you know, we're a step closer to being able to harvest. There we go. Got 39% there, so I think I'll just fill up again since I'm already here. Just need to obviously reverse into that bag. It looks like there's going to be enough in that bag, which is great. This should be the last load going in that we need today. And then away we go again. So look at that. Pretty well done with the liming. There's going to be enough in there. Just excellent. So I think what I'm going to do, I've started to get an accumulation of things around this field, and I just don't think it's very tidy. So since we've established that we own this area over here, I think we should start storing stuff in this area until we get some more productions in place. So just disconnect this here. And actually we can probably just leave this tractor here. So we're going to use the other tractor for the Massey Ferguson for the seeding. And I'll also have a look here. I noticed that we've got a pallet of tomatoes and a pallet of lettuce. So I wonder when it's a good time to sell them and how much we're going to have to make from them. So are they in this bottom section? So we've got lettuce. So currently 3,100. I can get as good as 3,300. So that might be worth looking at selling them today because it is obviously on the decline. And then tomatoes, 1,500, and looks like we can get a little bit more for them next month. And it's getting close to their top of 1,600. So yeah, I think I might sell that lettuce pallet today. Not sure exactly where it needs to go. So I did say the farmer's market. So let's have a look on the map to see if we can find where that might be. So what's this? So that's the manure, sell point, liquid manure. Oh, well, that's good. There's a lime station around the back, so that might be handy. And then the farmer's market's there. So what I'm going to do is, since the farmer's market's just around the corner. Oh, wow, look. Nice balloon going by. It's a bit cloudy for it, but I suppose they're enjoying it. Yeah, so we'll go and grab that lettuce pallet now with this tractor. Then we'll have a look at the map, or the date calendar, sorry, to see what we can plant, we can seed today, and then we'll get that underway. I'm going to put that down a bit because I don't want to roll my nice tractor. It is struggling a bit with that lime bag. I mean, it's probably pretty heavy. Yeah, looking at this now, that's quite a decent size. Like, for our first ever, like, year of harvesting, effectively, it's quite big. And I've just realised that I completely forgot I have a combine harvester, which is sitting there. I probably should bring that and move that out of the way as well. So let's just leave that lime bag there. And I'm going to see if I can pick this pallet of lettuce up, and we'll run it straight around to the farmer's market, which I think is just around the back. So it's not actually too far for us to go. So let's see how we go about picking this up. Again, I'm still quite new to the tractor and the front end loader attachment, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to be able to really master it. There we go. Obviously don't want to go too far through, because if we go through we might stick the forks through the plastic in our hothouse, and that wouldn't be very good at all. So nice, got this on. Farmer's market just around the corner, which isn't too far away. So there's, I'm assuming that's a farmer's market. There's the lime station that we discovered. Is this where we sell pallets? It looks like it might be. Let's see if it sells. If I can get it off the forks, that is. Perfect. There we go, 3,100. So we're definitely making headway. We're definitely got success, you know, in sight. And it's a long way off, but we're definitely making ways towards it. So now we need to hook onto the seeder, and we'll get our plan on what we're going to plant in here. It's going to take a little while because that's only a small seeder, and this is actually quite a substantial area. So I think we're all hooked on now, and we've got quite a bit of seed. Let's have a look at our calendar. So starting from the top, we can't do barley or canola. We can do cotton, which, well, we're not doing. We can't with this planter anyway. Grapes is not, can't do that. So we can do oat. Olives can be planted, but we're not planting a vineyard. We're not doing peas or poplar or potatoes or any of these other ones. So it looks like it's going to be oats, which lucky enough is what we've got in there. And we've got plenty of seed. So I think the best thing to do is just go down here and we'll get started. Might as well just do a time lapse for this. We'll do a bit of a time lapse and see how far we get. This is pretty much all I plan to do today, so we've got plenty of time in the day to get this done. So I will see you soon as we're progressing through.
The land takes back what we put in, sun and rain and everything. Some days you plant and some days you mourn. That's just the way you're reborn. Watch my father work this soil, watched him rest when came the time. Now I'm the one who turns the earth, finding peace in what it's worth. It's all good ground beneath my feet. It's all coming back around. What you lose and what you keep. It's all good ground. It's all good ground. The cattle know when seasons change. They don't fight what they can't rearrange. There's a rhythm that the land will teach if you're willing to let in it reach. Some years are plenty, some years are lean. You take the hard with the in-between. Every ending feeds the start. That's the wisdom in my heart. It's all good ground beneath my feet. It's all coming back around. What you lose and
Welcome
what
back.
you
There we
keep.
go. So we've just got this last full length strip to do, and that short piece off to the left. And then we're done with the seeding. It actually hasn't taken too long, and it's been quite easy. I've noticed that because this is, I think, because it's loam soil, the seeding rate has been so low for this crop that we've got so much seed left. It's pretty crazy how little we've used for that piece of land. So let's just spin around and get this last line done. Then we'll put the seeder over in our little plot over there. And the thing I have been thinking about that I'm a little bit not necessarily worried about, but to be considered, is the fact that when we harvest these fields, we're going to be harvesting at most likely the lowest value that the crop can actually be. So, and because we have like no storage, we have that small trailer that I've got that can hold only a couple of thousand liters. We're not going to have to store anything. So I'm a bit concerned about like how much how much money will you how much money we will lose because we're not able to store it till a better time of the year. Now potentially we could put a silo in this area somewhere on the corner or somewhere, like this is obviously all of our land, even behind the greenhouse if there's room there. But I mean, obviously there's a cost involved in that, and I haven't looked into it. I think we can have a look now in silos. So the cheapest one seems like is 20,000, and then they go up from there to be extremely expensive. So oh, there is a couple of cheaper ones down here. So that's a 30-ton for 12,000. 20-ton silo for 9,000. So we could potentially use that. Like it's not a huge silo. We could turn it around, I reckon, and have it in this orientation, somewhere like that. Something, or somewhere like that. But obviously we have to cut some more trees down. And it is $9,000. We only have 18,000. So it's just a concern. Is it going to be worth getting a silo like this to save our first lot of crops up, or are we better to wait and just sell it as is and just be done and lose that money for this time? Because it would be better off to get a more expensive silo, a bigger silo, at a later date once we've got a bit more money. I think that's a question for another day. I think we're all good for today. We've done quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is, I've noticed I've got 2 pallets of tomatoes here now. So I'm going to grab a couple of tomatoes. I'm going to head over to the servo and grab some cheese and some bread. And I'm going to go home and make myself some cheese and tomato sandwiches for dinner. I'm going to also walk over and grab the combine, which is just sitting up there. I'm going to drive that back down. So I think that'll do us for the day. I hope the video enjoyed and look forward to you joining for the next vlog, where we'll be fertilizing and doing some other things. We'll see if there's any contracts to do. But for now, remember to keep your boots dirty and your bites clean, as I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.